Hey, it's your girl Indira Perot, and I'm the Woman Entrepreneur's BFF, aka Beauty and Freedom Finder. And what that means is I help women entrepreneurs to sell more, slay more, and sleaze less. So today I want to talk to you about a time that I nearly gave up on everything. I almost dropped the ball and decided to quit my business. And the reason I want to share this story with you is because a lot of times in business, people are quick to talk about the success parts, quick to talk about the income that they make. But prior to getting to that point, I haven't met a successful business owner. I haven't met a wealthy business owner who didn't have some very painful times that they wanted to quit as well. And so I don't know if for some reason like we try to keep that part of ourselves secret and not bring it to the forefront, but it happens and it's a part of life, and it's better to know that it happens common and that there's ways to get around it than to stay stuck in your situation, silent, suffering with nobody knowing what's going on. So in my case, it was like August or September of 2018, actually both months. And I was really struggling, really going through a very hard time. I had already previously in April reduced my, let go of my full-time nursing and had went down to like part-time. And it was like one after another, like contracts that I had to do, private clients and stuff like that. Like one after another, things just began to unravel. I had a launch, which though the launch was successful, it did not bring what was estimated, and I had a lot of belief behind it, and so it hurt, and meanwhile, while all of that was going on in my personal relationships, they were a mess too. Like I was having a lot of relationship issues, get my heart broken, became single, all of that stuff. And so it just all got into this big ball. Like my mother was in the hospital in September because she had a fall, and it just became like this whole big snowball to the point that I was just like, okay, you know what? I need a timeout. Like I can't. And so all of that is to say, like, no matter what level that you are in business, like you always going to have a personal life. So there's always going to be some sort of personal issues. Every new level of income that you hit, there's always some level of resistance before you reach that level. And so just like when you're in an airplane, like there's always the greatest amount of resistance is when you're about to take off. It's the same thing, in your business. You get, everything hits the fan when you're about to coast and go smooth sailing. So now, fast forward to now, everything is, totally opposite. Like the income is stabilized. I feel much happier. I'm much more at peace. And so what took me from how I felt in August to September to how I feel now, and what happened is, number one, I focused on what I could change, and whatever I couldn't, I let it go. Right? Sometimes we spend so much time dwelling in the past, like if I had did this, or if only, or spending so much time in regret, or even in personal relationships, you start to think about how much you gave, how much you sacrificed, and it's not helping you, to dwell on the past. You need to think about the future and move forward. The only thing that I would say dwelling on the past helps is if you're going to take lessons from what you did in the past to learn not to do it again. So, for example, in my career, like one of the things that I had to do with my business to get me to this point that I am today is I had to treat my business the way I treat my job. Like I can't tell my job, oh, my heart is broken, or, oh, I feel sad today, I'm not coming to work. Like I can't do that. So I can't do that in my business either. A lot of us will put our businesses on the back burner, like we're too tired, we're too busy. A lot of the excuses that we give are excuses that we would not be able to give our full-time employer. So if that's you, then you need to stop that and make this year be the year that you decide to be committed. The other thing that I did was rest. I was running around back and forth all over the place. And so sometimes, God does everything in season. So if you start to notice a season where God is, quote unquote, closing doors it's a season that he's basically calling you to listen to him and to rest. The more you strive against it, the more you struggle against it, the longer you're going to be in that situation. So, that was the second thing that I did, was just literally just rest. And then the last thing that I did was I focused on what I could, besides, forgiving myself, resting, I focused on income producing activities. In spite of what happened, what else could I, offer? What else could I sell? How else could I, show up that was gonna still honor me and my issues, but still make money? You know what I mean? So that's the difference between like, I would say like a Netflix and a Blockbuster. Like, how are you? Netflix is always, regardless, now that there's Hulu and all these other things, but now they take it to the next level. They create their own shows. You know what I mean? So it's a matter of when things happen, or when you see certain things are going in a certain direction, like focus on income producing activities that honor where you are in your situation right now. So if you don't feel like maybe launching a full-blown course, well, can you do a workshop? If you don't feel like doing a workshop, well, maybe you can, package up some previous thing that you've made and sell that. There's always ways to make money in business. Like, the doors don't shut just because you don't feel well. So you focus on income producing activities, but in a way that honors your situation for where you are right now. So that's really all I had for you. If you're looking for a place where you can have somebody to hold you accountable for what you plan to do in your business, then I invite you to join me in my free accountability group, Elegant Entrepreneurs. And the link to join will either be in the comments or for you to swipe. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.